What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. And Tottenham are ready or trying to hijack the Kolo Muani deal. And another striker update is that Vlahovic to Man U. Well, there's more to it than you could imagine, and that would open up a lot of things. So this week could be proven to be very key in both situations for Vlahovic and Kolo Muani because of the circumstances. Everyone needs a striker. Everyone knows the situation. And PSG, at the end of the day, are smiling looking at all this news. Before we get into it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as always, and let's talk about it. Okay, so Tottenham want to hijack Kolo Muani. Very simple story. They're looking for a striker and they want Kolo Muani. They're ready to pay what PSG want. The problem is that Kolo Muani at this moment in time, and I need to say at this moment in time again, is that Kolo Muani doesn't want to join Tottenham. He wants to join Juve, contacts ongoing. However, Tottenham are prepared to pay more than we are offering. And the most important thing, they're ready to pay almost everything basically upfront. And that is PSG dream scenario. So they're using it against us, knowing that we have no other option. And we talked about it during the live show in previous days, where it's clear. We don't want Vlahovic. We want Kolo Muani. We cannot sign Kolo Muani outright right now. And there are other clubs in the race for Kolo Muani. We have no backup option. That is our situation. Even though the club said if we have no good offer for Vlahovic, he's going to stay, everybody knows that's not what the club wants. That's not what Tudor wants. That's not what the club is planning to do. That's not a good thing to start the season with because, well, you made it clear you're not really trusting Vlahovic. You made that abundantly clear, to be honest. So that is a tricky situation. Now it's time to man up. And probably you're going to overpay for Kolo Muani. Even if it's a loan with obligation, you're probably going to pay more than you initially thought you were going to pay because you waited this long. Whatever. Maybe PSG didn't want to open up, but you left yourself with no other option. So at the end of the day, you created the situation. When Komoli, whoever is dealing with this, because at the end as well, Kolo Muani can wait. And he wants to join us, and that's good. That's a good sign. A player wants to play for us, and etc. However, he's not going to wait ages. Next season, Club World Cup, he needs to have guarantees. Am I going to play for Juve? When am I going to play for Juve? And most importantly, as well for us, the season kicks off in about 2 weeks. We need a striker up front. We need a striker up front. You cannot start with Vlahovic and then a couple of days later you're moving out Vlahovic. That we did that with Ronaldo. Remember with Udinese? He scored that equalizer, then it got cancelled. That's a situation you shouldn't be creating at this club. But that's what it has been created. So Komoli has one job, and it's right now to push for Kolo Muani from PSG, and it needs to happen this season. Before we move on to the Vlahovic part, because that's interesting to Man U, because that's not that in the water. For the people who did become a member, appreciate it, but do reach out to me on social media so I can add you in the private chat, and you can win, like you see, jerseys with the prediction league, and you can win other stuff as well. And in the chat you get the emojis and etc. Also wallpapers, custom made. So that's that. Vlahovic, Man U. Romano came out and said Man U were offered the opportunity to sign Vlahovic, but they declined that for now because they want Sesko. Now, the Sesko thing is interesting because Newcastle are pushing for Sesko. Sesko is expected to give an answer any given time. If he says, well, I'm going to join Newcastle, and the belief is that he's not going to choose that, everybody thinks he's going to choose Man U, but still, if he, for some reason, wakes up and is like, yes, I'm going to join Newcastle, then, well, the Vlahovic thing can be on again. Because the other options for Man U are Ollie Watkins, I think it is, and that's about it, So, and the wages are high, but Vlahovic could be cheaper. Could that open up another thing for Sancho? Because at the end of the day, we still want Sancho, but players need to leave. Probably somebody else rather than Vlahovic, probably Nico Gonzalez, for that case. But in a nutshell, the Vlahovic thing is not off. It's fluctuating. Milan want Vlahovic, but they don't want to offer the cash. We want the cash. We don't want the players they're offering for a good reason. Then you have the Man U thing where it's like, if Sesko's like, I'm going Newcastle, okay, Man U need to act on it. And maybe they are looking at Vlahovic and you know what? for some reason he lowers his demands, and it's a cheap deal for us because we're ready to let him leave for 20 million compared to 80 for Sesko, Man, you might jump on it ASAP because again, for them as well, the season is kicking off. So the striker situation is extremely interesting because on one side, Vlahovic can leave because of a decision another team makes, and on the other side, Kolo Muani cannot join us because of a decision we or PSG made. So it's not in our hands slash it's in our hands. So you guys, let me know what you think about this situation. Also, other news as well is that Miretti to Napoli is not off. It's actually completely on, with Napoli being confident they can get him for around 50 million euros, and they are no rush to do that. And that it's a very strange situation for the club because, like I said, and we talked about it, we have a situation where McKennie is basically out of contract and there's no news out of that. We have a situation where there's no real bid for Douglas Luiz. He wants to join the Premier League, but nobody's really bidding. So how much do Premier League clubs actually want Douglas Luiz? You need to ask yourself as well. And we need that bid in ASAP. And then you still have Jadon Sancho waiting, with Dortmund now pushing, and Jadon Sancho apparently, according to German sources, now thinking about his own career and being like, okay, if Juve are waiting and waiting until they might or might not sell someone, I need to make a decision. I've been playing well at Dortmund. I might need to go back to Dortmund and kickstart my season, my career again. So as a club, you can end up in a situation where Vlahovic might not be leaving until the end of the window. You lose out on Kolo Muani. You don't sign Jadon Sancho, and Nico Gonzalez is going to stay, with talks out there that, hey, Weah's going, now he can play right wing back, which is absolutely not. Nico Gonzalez cannot play right wing back. Like, you can put him out there, but he cannot play right wing back. Like, a player who's already struggling, you're gonna put him in a situation where he's going to struggle even more. That makes zero sense. That's not helping us, not helping Nico Gonzalez. It's just helping no one. So, time ticking. It's extremely late, but I think everybody accepted our fate. We're not going to sign many players. We're not going to sign top quality players anymore. This is what it is. If players are going to leave, maybe we will act. But then again, how are we going to act? Let's say the midfielders leave. Are Sporting going to let Hjulman go because the club wants Hjulman with 2 weeks left in the window? That makes no sense for Sporting. We wouldn't do that. Why would those clubs do that? So just prepare yourself for the fact that the team we have, it's probably going to be the team that we're going to play with next season. Maybe Kolo Muani comes in, and maybe or maybe not Jadon Sancho is signed. But other than that, I wouldn't expect many things at this moment in time, unless it all explodes for some reason and everybody agrees really quickly. This is it. This is a team they believe in. They're gonna win things because it's the 5th of August, and well, there's actually no much time anymore. Like, we had so much time to do deals. Why will you believe we will be doing more deals in 3 weeks rather than in 2 months and a half, basically? Anyways, in the comments, let me know what do you think about the situation when it comes to Kolo Muani and Vlahovic as well, because it's an interesting one due to circumstances we created and other teams are creating for us. That's it. Speak to you guys later. Ciao.